Wake up money time. You know, it's more difficult than ever to buy a home, is it? There are a few things you can do to ruin your chances. Chris Schilling from Turbo Realty joining us this morning to tell us about the 7 deadly sins of home buying. Isn't it easy these days? Isn't it a good time to buy right now?
Yeah, it's a great time to buy. Interest rates are real low. You know, there's lots of inventory that's out there that's available, and we're seeing lots of buyers.
But there are things you can do to shoot yourself in the foot, right? And
there's things that will make it a long day.
You said the 7 deadly sins. Number 1, and not getting pre-qualified early.
Yeah, you got to go to the bank. You need to know what you can afford to buy, and that's just mission critical when you start the process.
All right. 2, spending money on new credits before you close, like a new car, closing credit cards?
Right. So if you go out and you get new credit, it'll change your credit score, and it can affect whether or not you can or cannot buy. So don't buy anything at large purchases before you actually close.
We've talked about this before, bidding too low on a home.
You bet. So people come in and we think that we're California, I guess. You know, it's 40, 50% off, but it's not. I mean, Houston's still a pretty strong market. And so bidding too low on a property, if you make too low of an offer, they counter back at full price or don't counter at all, and so you don't go anywhere with the negotiations. So you have to bid low enough that you keep them interested.
Number 4, what are some of the mistakes people make when hiring a home inspector? You got to get that home inspected, make sure all the things are up to par, right?
You bet. You've got lots of people that you can talk to. Don't save $25 and get somebody that's not as qualified as the next guy. You know, this is a large purchase. Go ahead and spend an extra $25, $50. You know, normally a home inspection costs between $350, $500, depending on how many things you inspect. But don't cheap out here.
Not doing a clue report. What's a clue report?
So it's interesting. You can get just like you can have a credit report or credit score, you can do a report that will show any previous...
I'm lost.
Yeah. So the clue report is any previous insurance claims that were made on the property, and so you can find out what things have been done, and so you know what those are there. Sorry about that.
Oh, no, that's okay. So, yeah, that's interesting, finding out basically the history of the home.
You bet.
Okay. Number 6, not getting all of your documents to the lender.
A lot of times we'll get some of the documents to the lender. We won't get all the documents to the lender, so we'll have 2 or 3 things that are missing. They'll give you a list, so make sure you get all the documents to the lender so they can close you on time.
All right, number 7, the 7th deadly sin, waiting until the last minute to get homeowner's insurance, which was, I mean, do you need it before you close, the insurance?
Well, you need it when you close, but the problem is it's just like in Houston, we have these tropical depressions that come in. As soon as they cross into the Gulf of Mexico, they won't issue new insurance. And so if you wait until the last couple of days and those storms are still coming through, you could actually miss your closing date because the insurance companies don't want to close until that storm front passes. So you need to make sure to get those things in place so that your binder is ready to go before you close.
I want to ask you, because obviously you're a real estate guy. All real estate people are saying, now's the time to buy, now's the time to buy. A lot of inventory, a lot of good deals. Of course, real estate people have a vested interest in that in terms of getting people out there. How long do you think interest rates will stay low? We got about 10 seconds left. Will they continue to stay low for the foreseeable future?
Well, they're at 40 and 50-year lows. I mean, so the lowest they've been, they're artificially low. They're kept low because the government wants us to buy so that they'll spur the economy. There's a point at which, you know, low interest rates won't be there. I mean, we had interest rates at 12, 14, 15%. People that are our age don't seem to remember that. And so at 4.5, you know, it's pretty cheap right now.
4.5 sounds good. Chris Schilling, thank you very much, as always.